Hello everyone, I have brought a new story for you to listen. This story is not mine, I found it on an website. I am just sharing it with you guys. So, without any more delay, let's start with the first 5 chapter of the story. Naruto, God level system author, Blue Water God. Brief introduction. Why do I have Tenseigan? You all say that I am a waste of impure blood. Looking at the blue, star-like eyes in the mirror, Xianchen looked up at the sky. After traveling to the soy sauce family, Xianchen, who thought he was going to play soy sauce, gave him a plug-in Tenseigan in the opening system. Xianchen said that I don't know how long my broadsword is, and I can allow you to run for a year. Hokage. Chapter 1 Crossing Naruto Tenseigan. Arc. Sitting in the courtyard in front of the door, Xianchen couldn't help sighing. How come the system hasn't woken up yet? It took me to this Hokage world where there is a village of death, and then it bubbled up and disappeared. Xianchen couldn't help complaining, feeling that this golden finger was a little unreliable. Xianchen was originally from the Celestial Dynasty, and he didn't know why. But when he woke up, he came to the world of Hokage, and he was still a newborn baby. As soon as Xianchen was born, the voice of the system appeared in his mind. Before Xianchen was happy, the system disappeared after a bubble. It is said to update the system, but 3 years have passed, the system has not been updated, and I don't know if it is dead. Fortunately, when the system was bubbling, the novice reward was already sent to Xianchen, which was why Xianchen had not jumped up yet. When the system was bubbling, he gave the bloodline of the Otsutsuki family to Xianchen, and also gave him a body to cleanse and make his bloodline sublime. After the sublimation of blood, Xianchen has pure white eyes, plus the blood of the Otsutsuki clan, and the help of the system, so that Xianchen has a Tenseigan at the beginning, which is refreshing. This is also the reason why Xianchen doesn't panic with Tensei, and because of the system's refined body, Xianchen's talent has been improved. That is, the system will never appear in the future. He doesn't say that he can dominate the ninja world, but self-protection is more than enough. Taking out a mirror, Xianchen looked at the blue, star-like eyes in the mirror, with a smile on her cute little face. If you go out, you can definitely meet a group of big sisters. I have to say that I still have nothing to say about my appearance. I can eat with my face in the future. Xianchen said narcissistically. Hey, Tenseigan is powerful, but it's useless. Otherwise, I really want to give it a try. Can I cut the moon open all at once? Xianchen said sadly after stroking his eyes. Tenseigan is too powerful. Xianchen said that he can't afford it, and the chakra is not enough. Therefore, the current Tenseigan, apart from its good looks and Baiyan's detection ability, cannot be used by other Xianchen at all. If Xianchen wants to forcibly use Tenseigan, that's okay. If chakra is not enough, he can also use vitality to fill it, just like Vortex Nagato. But Xianchen doesn't want to be the ghostly appearance of Uzumaki Nagato, so he should use it when he compares chakra with the tailed beast in the future. Anyway, after getting the bloodline of Otsutsuki, Xianchen also got the body of a fairy, and when he grows up, his chakra can at least be comparable to Kaiane Zuzujian. Now that World War II has not started, and there is still more time, Xianchen is not in a hurry at all. Xianchen, you have impure blood, look at my forehead. The elder said that only the genius of the Xiang family with pure blood can have this mark, and you is not qualified at all. When Xianchen was sitting in a daze, a second-hand man pointed to the caged bird mark on his forehead and showed off to Xianchen. Xianchen's mouth twitched, and he didn't know how to tell this silly child that he had been put on a time bomb, and he didn't know where your sense of superiority came from. Xiang Taipan, don't disturb me if you're okay, go find someone to show off. Xianchen didn't want to talk to this second-hand, so as not to lose his IQ. You must be envious of me because you didn't get this mark. Hyuga Teppanyou felt good about himself, and didn't see the idiot-looking expression of Hyuga Tatsuki at all. This is being sold, and you have to help the other party count the money. Xianchen secretly complained. It can only be said that the brainwashing of the Hyuga family has reached a certain level. A time bomb has been placed, and it is considered to be glory, which is terrible. When he grows up and thinks back to this scene, will he think he is stupid? Xianchen thought in his heart, and there was a smile on his face. He really wanted to see if his tears would flow out after he knew the truth. Seeing the ridicule on Xianchen's face, Xiang Taipan was very upset and asked angrily, are you laughing at me? I want to duel with you. Xianchen was stunned when he heard the words, and then said with a smile, I laughed at you there, I was actually envious of you just now. Saying that, Xianchen still showed an envious expression, which made Hyuga Taipan feel very good and his vanity was greatly satisfied. Patting his chest, Hyuga Taipan said, whoever says you're trash in the future, come to me, and I'll cover you. Xianchen smiled hee, and then took a lot of effort to send this second hand away. I didn't expect Tenseigan to let me escape, otherwise I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to escape the fate of being cursed by a caged bird. Xianchen chuckled lightly. Also, in their eyes. I'm just a waste without even looking at me. How could I waste time and give me the spell of the bird in the cage? Xianchen never thought that revealing the secret of Tenseigan, even if exposed, must have the ability to protect himself. There is also a perverted Danzo in Konoha, and he doesn't want to be targeted. And in the ninja world, there is another oldie than Haiju. Xianchen doesn't know if Otsutsuki Hamura has a Tenseigan, and Haiju does not know the existence of Tenseigan. But it's better to be cautious in everything. Although Haiju doesn't seem to have fighting power, he can't be underestimated if he can die. Having lived in the ninja world for thousands of years, who knows what kind of means he has. Now Xianchen can only be said to be an advantage in the beginning, and he can only be regarded as an ant if he has not grown up. If the Tenseigan is exposed, he will not be able to hold it at all. The first person to attack him is the Hyuga family. Can they hold back the temptation of Baiyan's evolution? Therefore, although Xianchen was scolded as a waste, Xianchen endured it all. Before crossing, he was an adult, not a child, so he could bear that anger. At least compared to the bosses who were always looking for trouble for him before the time travel, the Hyuga families were not bad. After doing it for a while, Xianchen left the Hyuga clan and headed towards the Huoying of the back mountain of Konoha alone. Xianchen was walking on the street, and people kept greeting him. Although Xianchen is not welcome in the Hyuga family, in the eyes of other people, Xianchen, a lovely lady, is still very popular. Xianchen didn't pretend to be cold, and when someone greeted him, he would respond one by one. After coming to the back mountain, Xianchen began to exercise. He is only 3 years old now, and he can't get the chakra refining technique at all. So in order not to waste the recovery ability of the immortal body, Xianchen started exercising at this time. Although there is no chakra, the basic recovery ability of the body of the immortal can still be used. Even if you have Tenseigan, if you don't work hard, everything will be in vain. Chapter 2 System Awakens. There was not a single cloud in the sky, a scorching sun overhead, no wind at all, and all the trees stood there listlessly and languidly. Xianchen was sweating like rain at this time. He was still young, and after doing 100 push-ups, he couldn't hold on anymore. But it's also very perverted. Before crossing, he couldn't do so many push-ups, not to mention that Xianchen was only 3 years old now. Lying on the ground, Xianchen gasped for breath. With a wry smile on his face, he found that he couldn't hold on at all. It seems that my perseverance is still too bad. Xianchen sat up with his sore body. At this time, Xianchen admired Madai, Matka and Xiaoli in particular. Compared with talent, Xianchen is in the sky now, and they are underground. But compared to perseverance, they are in the sky, and Xianchen will fall to the ground. After taking a few breaths, Xianchen stood up and began to practice kicking and punching. Although Xianchen really wanted to rest, but thinking of the big bosses in the future, he forced himself to train in seconds. He is an immortal body, and he is not afraid of leaving secret wounds. The training continued until the afternoon. When it was close to the evening, Xianchen stopped out of breath, then took out the water bottle and took a few sips of water. Then take out the food, because it is the Hyuga family. Even if both parents die, they are not welcome in the clan, but there is still a lot of money, so the meals that Xianchen brought out are very rich. Xianchen's sheep further died unexpectedly while on a mission when Xianchen was just over a year old. And Xianchen's mother died of dystocia when Xianchen was born, so Xianchen is now an orphan. But pensions, as well as family subsidies, are still quite a lot. This is the benefit of having a family. Regardless of whether Xianchen is a trash or not, for the sake of the Xiang family's face, they can't treat Xianchen materially. Otherwise, it's not Hyuga Tatsu who is being laughed at, but the Hyuga family. After Mai ate a meal, Xianchen regained her strength again. At this time, Xianchen really experienced the metamorphosis of the immortal human body. Although the fatigue has not fully recovered, but it has recovered 7 or 8. Xianchen stood up in high spirits and walked towards home. The sun was about to go down, and he couldn't keep cultivating. Back at home, Xianchen took a comfortable hot bath and felt that the cells in his body were extremely active. At this time, Xianchen was extremely eager for chakra refining. Although most children of big families can only practice at the age of 4, otherwise they will hurt themselves, but Xianchen is different. With an immortal body, his vitality and physique are very powerful, and at this time, chakra can be refined. Originally, Xianchen's chief father was also a jonin. Xianchen thought he would keep chakra refining, but Xianchen searched the whole house and couldn't find it, which disappointed Xianchen. In the blink of an eye, the sky dimmed, a round like a crescent hung in the night sky, and the stars in the sky kept twinkling. Xianchen looked up at the sky with infinite emotion. He didn't expect that one day he would travel to the second dimension. Maybe this is not bad. Xianchen's mouth curled into a smile. Anyway, on Earth, he is also an orphan and has nothing to worry about, that is. He has met a few friends at work. If you say they are friends, in fact, the relationship is just normal. It is a superficial friend, and it is not bad to not stab you in the back. Compared to the Earth, the environment here is indeed better. At least you can see the stars in the sky. After sighing with emotion, Ruxianchin looked at the crescent moon in the night sky. Who knew that on the moon that everyone could see, Kaguya, the ancestor of Chakra, was sealed? System update completed. The mechanical voice, remembered in Ruxianchin's mind, made Ruxianchin stunned for a moment, and then an excited look appeared on his face. The system finally woke up. Is the system there? Ruxianchin asked in his heart. After a long time, there was still no response, and Ruxianchin was a little confused. What's going on? Did it bubble up and disappear again? Ruxianchin had a look of apprehension on his face and shouted, "Open the system panel." A curtain of light that only Ruxianchin could see appeared in front of Ruxianchin, making Ruxianchin heave a sigh of relief. Then he complained, "Why don't you answer the system?" There was still no movement in the system, as if it hadn't heard Ruxianchin's question. "Okay, my system is a dumb system." After complaining, Ruxianchin happily looked at the system panel. The system panel is very simple, just a lottery, a mall, and a backpack, not even a task panel. The system was very cold and kept silent. Ruxianchin could only explore by himself. First of all, Ruxianchin opened the mall first. After opening the mall, the big characters inclusive of everything appeared in Ruxianchin's eyes. Then the items in the row below made Ruxianchin dazzled. Looking at all kinds of things that could easily destroy the world, Ruxianchin's saliva flowed out. But looking at the price, Ruxianchin showed a bitter smile, and when he saw the series of numbers, Ruxianchin said that his head was dizzy. Looking at the exchange points in his hand, Ruxianchin was suddenly stunned. What he saw? He actually had 30,000 exchange points. Ruxianchin's mind crossed a series of question marks. Where did the 30,000 exchange points come from? Is it a reward from the system? However, there are exchange points, which is a good thing. Ruxianchin slid the panel, looking for something to enhance his strength. But the sliding Ruxianchin felt sore, and it was those commodities with 8 or 9 figures. Although Ruxianchin was greedy, he couldn't afford it. System, help me list the products I can afford. Unable to bear it anymore, Ruxianchin shouted to the system that had been not answering. Originally, Ruxianchin was already ready, and the system ignored his own preparations. I didn't expect the system to really help. The goods above 30,000 disappeared, and all that remained were the goods of 30,000 and below. Ruxianchin glanced at it and frowned. There were still too many things, such as some sci-fi laser cannons, fantasy cultivation techniques and medicinal pills, and flying swords in the Xianxia world. He is in the Naruto world now, and he may not be able to use it if he takes it, and Ruxianchin doesn't like it. Of course, 30,000 things are very profitable. Look at that flying sword, it's rusty, it seems to be scrapped, and there's that kung fu, stone-crushing boxing. Do you still dare to fish a little more? Ruxianchin started the frantic complaining mode in his heart. Chapter 3 Lucky Draw, Part 1. System, only the things of Naruto world are left, and everything else is blocked. Ruxianchin said to the system. The mall panel was refreshed again, and all the messy things disappeared, leaving only the things of Naruto world. Looking at it, Ruxianchin found that with 30,000 redemption points, at most, you can buy B-level ninjutsu, such as Shadow Clone Jutsu, Kyo-dun Head Hard, Thunder Dun Pseudo Darkness and other ninjutsu. Ruxianchin has not seen a single A-level ninjutsu, let alone S-level ninjutsu. Ruxianchin felt a little disappointed, and felt that there was nothing powerful. In fact, this is Ruxianchin's dissatisfaction. B-level ninjutsu is generally only possessed by Shangnin, so B-level ninjutsu is not bad. Ruxianchin glanced at it, and then began to look down. He didn't want any ninjutsu now. The most important thing for him is chakra refining. In the place below, Ruxianchin finally found chakra refining technique. Don't think that chakra refining technique is the foundation of ninja, but it doesn't require many exchange points. That is, 1,000 exchange points, and Ruxianchin will exchange them. Although I know that the family will distribute it in the future, when the family distributes it, it will be a year later, and Ruxianchin doesn't want to waste a year. After redeeming the chakra refining technique, Ruxianchin glanced at it and found that there was nothing to buy. At this stage, it was enough for him to have the chakra refining technique. However, after thinking about it, he still took out 10,000 exchange points and purchased the Kyo-dun Hao Fireball technique. Although it is a C-level ninjutsu, its power should not be underestimated. If you increase the chakra, you can even play the power of B-level ninjutsu, which is more cost-effective. After buying, Ruxianchin closed the system mall, and then looked at the page of the lottery. Ruxianchin stretched out his hand and clicked, and a large turntable appeared in front of Ruxianchin's eyes, with the word starting the lottery written in the middle. Ruxianchin glanced at it and found that the number of lottery draws at the bottom showed 3 times. Ruxianchin raised his eyebrows, and then asked the system, did you give away these 3 lottery draws? Yes. The system will give you a lottery every year, and there are 10,000 exchange points. The mechanical voice of the system answered. Ruxianchin raised his eyebrows again, and then asked, how can I get the exchange points and the number of lottery draws? The system fell silent again and did not answer. making Xianchen a little helpless. Come on, it's useless to keep it if you don't smoke. Whether it's an African or a European depends on this moment, Xianchen said helplessly. Then he reached out and clicked to start the lottery. At the moment when the lottery started under Xianchen, he was pulled into another space. The space was a little dark, and there were shining stars hanging in the sky. On the big roulette wheel, 8 items appeared, dividing the roulette wheel into 8 equal parts. Xianchen looked at 8 items, and his breathing suddenly came down. The first thing that catches the eye is a simple long knife. Just looking at it, Xianchen feels as if it was burned to ashes. The blade is like fire. It's actually like fire. Old man Yamamoto's Zanpei Kuto, if he can get it, it will be instantly in the air. Xianchen was extremely excited. This is a sword that can destroy the world. Although the strength of the Zanpei Kuto has always been debated, Liuranguohuo has always been in the forefront and has never fallen. Resisting the excitement in his heart, Xianchen looked at the second item, which was also a sword, and it was also a Zanpei Kuto. However, after seeing it, Xianchen was not very interested. It is not that this Zanpei Kuto is not strong, but that it is too restrictive, and it is not very useful in Hokage. This Zanpei Kuto is Moromaza, once considered the strongest Zanpei Kuto, but it is only fierce in the world of death, and in the Naruto world without Zanpei Kuto, there is a chicken for it. Then I looked at the next one, a pair of blue eyes, but it was a little different from Xianchen's Tenseigan, the Devil's Eye of Death, which was too awesome to explain. I don't know if the magic eye of direct death can kill the immortal Kaguya. Xianchen tilted his head and thought. The fourth is the Devil Fruit, which is known as the strongest thunder fruit in the natural system. Of course, whether it is the strongest or not, there is still a lot of controversy. However, Xianchen didn't want it, not because he was not strong, but because he was afraid of seawater. It was too big to put in Hokage. Xianchen didn't need to leave such a big disadvantage for himself. The last 4 are domineering, proficient in swordsmanship, spiral pill, and Navy 6 style shave. It seems that luck is good, at least not Africans. In the past, Xianchen could see that there is everything in this big turntable. It is possible to have a match or a wooden stick. These 8 items are at least useful to themselves. The Jade Emperor and the Supreme Dozi bless me, I must let me draw a flaming blade, and the Devil's Eye of Death can also be, bless me. After meditating for a few words, Xianchen pointed his finger to the start, and then the dial pointer began to rotate. At that speed, Xianchen couldn't complain. This is faster than the speed of light. It's running so fast, aren't you afraid of breaking it? Amidst Xianchen's ranting, the roulette pointer began to slow down, and Xianchen also became nervous. In Xianchen's tense look, the pointer skipped over the thunder fruit, and then the demon eye of death also swept past, slowly pointing to the fire. Xianchen jumped up happily. This luck is too good. Ryuran-Uohuo is properly, with Ryuran-Uohuo, Uekai Hamadara, and Otsutsuki Kaguya are all hacked to death. Facts tell us that we can't be happy too early, because the other party will always give you a head-on attack when you are most proud. In Xianchen's ugly face, the pointer slid across the blade like fire, and came to the spiral pill that Xianchen thought was the worst. Then the words of Helix Pill disappeared, and the feeling about Helix Pill was passed into Xianchen's mind in an instant. If there is chakra, Xianchen can use spiral pills now. But Xianchen's face was extremely dark. Although spiral pill was not bad, his cultivation methods were all in Xianchen's mind. Originally, he thought that after he had chakra, he would tinker with the spiral pills. Now that the spiral pills are drawn, at most, it saves a little of Xianchen's time, and it is of no use at all. Oh, it's good, it just saves time to practice, which is not bad. Xianchen kept comforting himself in his heart. He has already drawn, and he can't go back. At this time, he is not optimistic. What else can he do? Does it make him cry? There are 2 more chances. It's fine. It's okay to waste 1 chance with a European emperor like me. Although blood was dripping in his heart, his face was calm, and he looked at the lottery roulette again. Chapter 4 Lucky Draw, Part 2. Bless the gods and Buddhas in the sky. If I can draw good things, I will definitely offer incense to you. Bless. Closing his eyes and praying, Xianchen clicked on the word lottery. As Xianchen clicked, the items on the lottery wheel were refreshed, and this time there were only 5 items. In addition to the domineering appearances that appeared in the previous lottery, the other 4 are Tongshu Suzu, Tongshu Earthburst, Zanpei Kuto Kyokushuayu, and Immortal Mode. It seems that praying to God and worshipping Buddha is really useful. Except for the domineering waste of seeing and hearing, everything else is super strong. Xianchen said excitedly. Needless to say, Suzu and Earth Blast Star, one is a big move that can only be used by Kaleidoscope Writing Wheel Eye, and the other is a big move for Samsara Eye. Zanpei Kuto Kyokusu Izuki, the Zanpei Kuto of Aizen's boss, can completely hypnotize the 5 senses, and if you get it, you will be invincible. The Immortal Mode is also very strong. Throughout the entire ninja world, there are a few who have learned the Immortal Mode, Even Yokai Hamadara has not learned it. Knowing the domineering look is a bit bad. Of course, this is for Rixiangchen. He has a tensai line, a 360-degree line of sight without dead ends. Unless it is like Roger, the Pirate King, who can listen to the voice of all things. Otherwise it overlaps with the ability of Tenseigan, but the difference is that one is watching and the other is listening. Among the 5 prizes, the one that Rixiangchen most wanted was the Zanpei Kuto Kyoka Swigetsu. After getting Jingwa Shuayu, it is a bit exaggerated to say that invincible, but as long as the 6th level character does not come out, it is basically impossible to even touch the corner of Rixiangchen's clothes. At the 6th Dao level, Rixiangchen didn't know if he could hypnotize him. After all, the 6th Dao level was basically a god. In short, these 5 rewards are already very good. As long as you don't get the domineering, the Earthburst Star, the others are fine. Although Earthblast Star is a big move of Samsara Eye, it is not very attractive to Rixiangchen. Just like the spiral pills he drew before, he can develop it himself if he gives Rixiangchen time. To put it bluntly, the terrestrial star is gravity, and Tenseigan can also control the gravitational force, which is even stronger than the reincarnation eye, so theoretically, Tenseigan can also use the terrestrial star. The lottery started, and the hands turned frantically. Rixiangchen looked at the frantically turning pointer and felt a little dizzy, so he quickly closed his eyes, stopped watching, and just waited for the final result. When Rixiangchen and the others were in a rush, the pointer stopped and stopped on Susanoo. Rixiangchen finally breathed a sigh of relief. Although Suzu was not the best in it, it was very important to Rixiangchen. At this time, Rixiangchen also thought of a question, whether his Tenseigan can use Susanoo, who belongs to the kaleidoscope writing wheel eye. The system should be able to solve it. Rixiangchen thought that his Tenseigan should have evolved due to the help of the system. Otherwise, Rixiangchen would not believe it. With the lineage of the Otsutsuki clan and the high-purity white eyes, he could evolve 100%, and Rixiangchen did not have a fetal movement period, so he would directly become a perfect Tenseigan. This kind of trivial matter, the system should be easy to solve. Rixiangchen felt that he was worrying about eating radishes. Sure enough, after a stream of light entered Rixiangchen's eyes, the huge pupil power surged, and then calmed down. Rixiangchen can clearly feel that the power of Kissa in his eyes, although temporarily unavailable, is real. I finally got a good thing. With Suzu and Tenseigan's psychic technique, maybe I can make a 1,000-handed Buddha with a big pillar. Rixiangchen couldn't help yawning. Tenseigan's psychic technique can summon a stone statue that can suppress the 9 tails. If it is combined with Suzu to form a powerful suit, Suzu, it should be stronger than Suzu plus 9 tails. With Xian from Yudun, it should not be a problem with thousands of hands. There was only the last lottery left, and Rixiangchen was no longer worthy. Anyway, he was satisfied with Susanoo, and it didn't matter what he drew next time. There are more than a dozen items in this lottery roulette, but many items are very pitted. Rixiangchen was still inside and saw a pancake fruit. "Are you preparing a late-night snack for yourself?" Rixiangchen groaned, and then clicked on the lottery. After turning for half a minute, the pointer stopped, not pointing at the pancake fruit, but the domineering look that appeared in the previous 2 times. "There are you in the 3 lottery draws. It seems that it's hard not to win you." Feeling in my mind, I saw the use of the domineering, and the cultivation method. After accepting the domineering, Rixiangchen found that he was too young to see the domineering, in addition to enhancing the 5 senses. Knowing the color of domineering cultivation to a profound level, and even able to predict what is about to happen, see the future fragments, that is, the 6th sense. This is a bit of a cow. It is simply the nemesis of Zanpei Kuto Kyoka Suizuki. But if you want to use it, you must cultivate to the advanced level, although Rixiangchen can directly learn what he gets from the system. However, it is only learned and able to use it. Rixiangchen's current domineering is the initial level. If you want to improve, you must pass training. Exit the lottery page, and then Rixiangchen saw that there was a character panel in the corner, and then Rixiangchen reached out and clicked it. Host, Rixiangchen. Age, 3 years old. Bloodstain boundary, Otsutsuki bloodline, Tenseigan, immortal human body. Chakra attributes, wind, thunder, water, fire, earth, yin, yang. Tenseigan ability, control repulsion, Tenseigan chakra mode, golden reincarnation explosion, silver reincarnation explosion, psychic technique, chakra extraction, spirit ball, manipulation of puppets, time and space manipulation, Gao Tanyuan, Suzu. Ninjutsu, chakra refining, spiral pill, a grade. Other abilities, seeing and domineering. Equipment, none. The entire panel lists all his abilities, so that Rixiangchen has a precise understanding of his abilities. The first is Tenseigan. Because of the lack of chakra, Rixiangchen actually doesn't know how much power his Tenseigan has. After this look, Rixiangchen discovered that his Tenseigan possessed Toto Otsutsuki and all the abilities of a giant Tenseigan. And the most important thing is which time and space control. Although Tenseigan can use space ability, but it is absolutely impossible to control time. Time and space manipulation and Gao Tanyuan should be Rixiangchen's unique abilities, which is not surprising. Just like a kaleidoscope, The awakening pupil technique is basically different. Manipulate time and space. If you can really control time and space, even if someone can beat me, they can't kill me. Sun Xianqian murmured. There is also Gao Tanyuan. Hai Xianqian does not know what this ability is, but Gao Tanyuan is the residence of the gods in Japanese mythology, so this ability is definitely not weak. However, Xianqian is not too optimistic. The more powerful the ability, the greater the consumption. No matter how strong the ability is, it is useless if it can't be used. He is now the best example. If all these abilities are used, who will die under the 6 realms? But now Xianqian can only watch with impatience. Chapter 5 Glittering Fruit. Exit the character panel, and Xianqian points to the backpack panel, which Xianqian can guess. After clicking on it, I found that the backpack was the same as the backpacks in those online games. As for how many things can be placed in a square, Xianqian has not tried it, nor did he know. None of this is important. The important thing is that there is a gift bag in the backpack with a compensation gift bag written on it. Could it be because the system has not emerged in the past 3 years, so I compensated me? Xianqian thought to himself. Xianqian didn't ask the system, and if he asked, he wouldn't necessarily say, it was sent by the system anyway, just open it. Xianqian took a gift bag, and a dazzling golden light flashed, making Xianqian close his eyes. It's such a dazzling light that I almost blinded my titanium alloy Tensaros. I don't know what good things are in it. If it's too bad, it will definitely kill the system. Xianqian rubbed his eyes and said, at that moment just now, he was really flashed, which was 100 times more dazzling than the sun's rays. Rubbing his eyes, Xianqian, who barely opened it, looked at the backpack and found 3 things lying in the backpack. One of them is a yellow fruit with a strange pattern on it. Xianqian is very familiar with it. It is the devil fruit. Seeing the devil fruit, Xianqian's eyes flashed with tangled light. Regarding the ability of the devil fruit, Xianqian said that it is impossible not to be jealous, but the weakness of the devil fruit is too great, making Xianqian hesitant. Gritting his teeth, Xianqian said, let's see what kind of fruit it is. If it's a powerful fruit, eat it. If it's an animal, just throw it here. Open the backpack, take out the devil fruit, and look at its introduction. All products produced by the system have their own introduction. Glittering fruit, perfect version. The glittering fruit has been transformed by the system. It does not have the shortcomings of the traditional devil fruit that is afraid of seawater and sea towers. It has more powerful attack capabilities, and has no conflict with other devil fruits. If you take it again, it will not explode and die. What else was thinking? After seeing the introduction, Xianqian picked up the devil fruit and stuffed it into his mouth. Then Xianqian's face twitched, and it took a lot of effort to eat it. It's really a misstep to forget how bad the devil fruit is. Xianqian exited the system space, and hurriedly found water to pour it down. It was so unpalatable that Xianqian couldn't describe it, and after a long time, Xianqian calmed down. In fact, Xianqian didn't notice that there was a small line at the bottom of the introduction of glitter fruit. Note: although its side effects disappeared due to system modification, it also became more unpalatable. At that time, Xianqian was so excited that he didn't see this line of small print at all. Of course, even if Xianqian saw it, he would eat it too. After slowing down, Xianqian raised his hand, and a golden light shone on Xianqian's fingers. Can it only be this level? Yes, I just ate a devil fruit, and I also need to develop it. Now that I'm still young and my physique can't keep up, it's good to be able to shine. Seeing a little light in his hand, Xianqian was not discouraged. If he came up, he could release moves like 8-foot Kyangyu and light speed kick, which would be a ghost. I have to say that the glittering fruit of the yellow monkey is really awesome. It is definitely the top 10 devil fruit of the pirates. Now I have it too, and it's still an enhanced version. It will definitely be more powerful than him. Xianqian had a smile on his face. Look at other things. Xianqian remembers that there are 3 things in total, and the glittering fruit is only one of them, and the other 2 should not be bad. Without entering the system space, directly open the system backpack and take out the other 2 things. One of them is a Navy 6, and the other is a flashbang, a useless thing. The 6 naval styles are finger gun, iron block, shaving, lanyard foot, moon step, and paper painting. It even includes the return of life, the 6 style profound meaning, the 6 king spear, and the largest wheel and the 6 king spear. The pirate world's physical skills beyond the limits of the human body, although not much used in the later period, are basically replaced by 3-color domineering, but its power is beyond doubt. At least in Hokage, this is a magical skill. What Xianqian cares most about is not the attacking move, but the method of exercising. The method of exercising in Naruto is very rubbish, at least compared to pirates. It is very different. When it comes to physical fitness, the pirates will definitely beat Hokage, even Madara Uchiha, and the Admiral of the Navy will be beaten up too. After all, Hokage relies on chakra to eat, and there is no way to compare it with the pirates who rely on their bodies. This is a difference in worldview. Naruto's taijutsu is different from pirates' taijutsu. Pirates' taijutsu is pure taijutsu, except for animal fruits. There is no bonus. Hokage's taijutsu, but with the addition of chakra, burst out forcibly. Therefore, the sixth naval form is very important to Xianchen. Even if the overlord's arrogance and armed arrogance come, Xianchen will not change it. Now refine chakra first and see how it works. Taking out the chakra refining technique, Xianchen was even more excited than when he was in the lottery. After coming here for 3 years, he finally got to touch the chakra. Thinking of this, Xianchen sat cross-legged on the bed, and after reading the chakra refinement technique, he calmly pondered. Chakra is an energy produced by the perfect fusion of spiritual energy and physical energy. After Xianchen traveled through, but after systematically refining his body, his talent was placed in the Naruto world, and he could also be called a monster. Soon Xianchen mastered the method, extracted a trace of energy from the 130 trillion cells in the human body, and began to grow. After refining the chakra, Xianchen was excited for a while, and then continued to refine the chakra. At this time, the advantages of the immortal human body are reflected. After a night of refining, the chakra in Xianchen's body is already a limitless amount. Because he was too excited, Xianchen refined the chakra that he had been refining all night, but now he couldn't hold it anymore, and fell down on the bed softly. Yesterday, I trained for 1 day during the day and refined the chakra for another night at night. Even the body of the immortal could not hold on. The refining of chakra is different from the fantasy fairy. 1 night of practice in the fantasy world may be more spiritual, but the refining of chakra is different. To put it bluntly, chakra is obtained by extracting the energy of body cells, and it also needs to be combined with spiritual power. Now Xianchen is tired physically and mentally. If he is not a transmigrator, his mental power is already strong, and Xianchen will faint now. You can't work so hard in the future, or you will be exhausted. Even if you are an immortal. Xianchen lay on the bed, not even wanting to eat breakfast. However, he still had to eat what he should eat. Xianchen stood up and prepared a hearty breakfast for himself. The 2 adults couldn't finish this breakfast, but Xianchen ate it all in one go. His body's cells were squeezed overnight, just when it was time to replenish energy. Thank for listening this audiobook. Please subscribe the channel for more videos like this. Leave some comment and let me know if you guys like this story, or you have a web novel you like and want to hear its audiobook. I will be happy to create them for you. Please like, share, and leave a comment on the video.